Gloom,
I have a
despair,
fan on me and I'm fucking hot.
agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery.
We're
Hey,
live, Fairy Princess Lolly.
I know. Well, good
Thing.
evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of FAE News here on FAE Productions. I am your host, Fairy Princess Lolly, and tonight I am here with Ion the Leprechaun. Ion, your glasses are gone. And Baron Hammerhands, the Sick.
Yeah, you know, that's nice that Ion could do this. I can't do that because
Oh! And count the late Albert Morbid. I guess all of us feel terrible because I basically should have something like, you know, Princess Lolly the Sniffy or something.
It's implied.
Yes. Oh, you look very good for being quite dead, Count Morbid.
I never said he was dead.
Yes.
I was just running late.
For a very important day. And welcome to the show, Justinian. Yay, I'm so happy to have you here.
people right there. Justinian?
Yes.
Yeah.
So please allow me to introduce to you guys one of our new crew that will be here with us on and off. Justinian. Justinian is our court scribe, actually. So as you can see, has an eye for detail. Very important in a scrivener.
Which is great because Justinian can also spell and I can't. And so it makes good dictation.
Well, I mean, yes. Okay.
I mean, I can, but it's really hard still.
Well, I can spell, but I don't want to do any more work. So.
I mean, that's pretty normal. Yeah.
That is basically the underpinning of everything Count Morbid does ever. Does it require that he put in more work and effort? Then basically his interest and willingness to do it goes down in direct proportion to how much work he has to put into it.
Also, if there's glitter or sunlight involved. I mean, to be fair, there are things where I don't have to do any work and I still don't want to do them. So.
I mean, that's legit.
I mean, if you don't do any work at all, does that mean that you're doing them or they're doing you?
What?
That's a different show.
That's a different show.
Please, table one. I'm good to go now.
That is a different show.
Welcome to FAE News After Dark.
Technically, right now, it is After Dark, right? It is.
It is now. Like a month or two ago, it wasn't.
Sunset is at something like 6 o'clock now. It's very early because, you know, we're about to pass Samhain and we're going towards the longest night.
Wait, we're about to pass salad. What kind?
No, not salad. Although I kind of wish it was salad because salad sounds really good. To be
I mean, I'm kind of hungry.
By the way, as usual, because I'm running late or busy or stressed or whatever. As usual, I'm being incredibly rude and eating while on camera, but I'm eating something thematically appropriate. For those familiar with Burgerville up here in the Northwest, they have the Vampire Slayer Burger.
What? What is on a Vampire Slayer burger?
Well, it's garlic cheddar, except I'm allergic to dairy, so I don't have the garlic cheddar, but also arugula, which everyone knows vampires hate, but also grilled onion and garlic, like just thick chunks of garlic in it. And then I've got garlic aioli for my waffly fries.
I want a waffle.
That sounds so amazing.
Is it weird that I want that burger impaled with a wooden toothpick stick?
Yeah,
I just want a waffle now.
Opportunity. They should have served it that way. Yes.
I just want to smell it.
Extra
right.
garlicky McGarlickson. Big chunks of garlic in it. Sadly, they don't have like a blood shake or anything to go with it.
That would be sort of cool.
Yeah.
Maybe though, I mean, this is like the first time they've ever done something like this, so maybe it's not so much of a missed opportunity as they're growing into their opportunity. So next year
they're probably worried somebody would eat the toothpick. By the way, on a food-related thing, which then goes into another related thing, Poppy was live streaming earlier. She's been working on a recipe for snake and spider stew, as influenced by Oogie Boogie. And so she's been working on a recipe for that. Also, given that she's no longer a duchess, and I am tired of it sounds weird and naked to not have anything in front of her name, I've decided to abuse my power and knight her, or grant her a ladyship or whatever. So I can at least refer to her as Lady Poppy from now on. Whether or not she feels she owes fealty to me is something she and I will have to discuss. But I
don't like it.
Knighting her somewhere, or ladling. Wait.
Ladling? You're gonna make her a
I'm ladling her.
Perhaps you should add emeritus to the end of her name.
Emeritus?
Yes.
Well, I think that would
It's
only be if I refer to it. Huh? Your face is late. Okay.
I mean, for you that's fine, but we don't want to precipitously call her the late. I mean
lady with a D.
No, I know, but I said perhaps we should add emeritus to the end of her name because it's better than adding the late.
Isn't emeritus
like that sounds Lady Poppy Renault, Poppy Renault, Lady Emeritus.
She's an ex-lady.
Hang on, I got a bone to pick with you. The moment I try to add titles to my name, you start screaming at me. But Poppy, you're like, here, have 20 titles and a flower at the end of your name.
That's an addendum, not a title.
She
would be a Duchess Emeritus, but as a lady, she's not late. Or an
ex-lady. I mean, does this mean that she's actually going to start taking up some form of duty?
Well, probably not. I'm just tired of just calling her Poppy.
But don't you suppose that that's not fair to all of the others who do take up duties?
She listens to me whine.
So she's your counselor? Did you give her your therapist?
Again, she's just in my service. It's not a lot of title.
That makes her an advisor. If she listens, if you bend her ear to emit your vocalizations.
It's more title than you gave to Sir Nettle.
No,
it's
the same amount of title. I thought lady and sir are equivalent.
Yes, that's true.
It's the same amount. I asked her if she wanted gendered or non-gendered. It's the same. It's the same. I guess my point is,
I guess my point is that, but Sir Nettle does things.
Yes. But Sir Nettle also extorted me for the title while I was, out of my right mind anyway. So it works out.
That's the perfect time to extort somebody. She did it right.
It's all part of Poppy's plan to reach her Duchess title again, I think. She planted the seed in his mind.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of notes tonight.
Yes. Basically. Oh. So what we got going on then tonight, Fairy Princess Lolly?
So, I guess...
Same thing we do every night, Pinky.
I guess that if that's a thing that you want to do... You
should bring it up during court.
I just feel that an inactive title, because I know that in the past, in the Old Kingdom, she did quite a lot. But now I do not want to cheapen the efforts of those in the New Kingdom. And so, but I also don't want to not recognize those from the Old Kingdom where it is due and proper. My suggestion is that Justinian put it on the my suggestion is that Justinian put it onto the agenda, and that we find some manner of recognizing those who are gentrified but not active in it, if that makes sense. So perhaps they were, and now a new person has taken over, or they were and that has changed somehow. I don't know. What are your thoughts? You had a finger up, Ion.
It's sort of a post-juncture execution. Yeah, go ahead.
So while I disagree, Poppy agrees with you. I'm getting a message. Poppy agrees with you. Which I find to be insubordinate. I'm highly displeased with her service thus far.
Well, I guess it's a good thing that she hasn't resworn her fealty to you then. She could just sit over there and mouth off at you, repercussionless. In fact, I like that idea. Heckle, Poppy, heckle. Heckle away. Oh, man.
Maybe
for what's little it's worth, Poppy has been more active than, say, again, if we're talking about previous kingdoms, she's been relatively active at viewership, but heckling from the comments.
That is true.
And also enabling me.
So are you taking note of this, Justinian?
We'll discuss it later.
Oh, yeah. All of it.
Great.
Maybe her title of ladyship should be heckling. Don't worry, I'll add that to the addenda.
She should be that. She needs to get a sidekick though, and they need to get a balcony, and then you sit in the balcony when they're heckling.
Just heckle Poppy, heckler Poppy.
Well, I bring it up in this way though, because I imagine that Poppy shall not be the first nor the last to which a similar situation may apply, and so it may behoove us to resolve it early as opposed to sometime down the road. I'm so roasting right now.
You need me to bring you a fan?
Oh, where is it? Did you take it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I'll be okay.
I'd like to humbly say I am Her Majesty's biggest fan, but I'm a little on the short side. The horns take up little time.
I usually get the biggest fan iconic.
Well, what if the size of the fan is not determined by stature, but instead by
fanaticism,
wind power? See, so the more air you blow,
that's not fair right now.
Hotter than it is. No.
That's a different show.
No.
Still on Thursdays, fans, tune in to FAE News After Dark. It's our new show that we start at 10 o'clock.
No, it isn't our new show. We're not. No.
It is.
That is not happening. It took me way too long to even realize what just got said, right?
Your show host, Gunther Hammerhands, will be there.
I'm in a feud tonight.
Fairy Princess Lolly may or may not appear because she got to get her princess face on.
Hey, why are your hands all wrapped up?
That's a very good question. Why are my hands all wrapped up?
It's a fair question and one that's been much on my mind lately.
Because my hands are burned severely.
Why are your hands severely burned?
We can't talk about it because of the first rule.
That's right. That's tomorrow night's show.
Also the second rule.
But what is the first rule?
Can't talk about it.
Well, can't talk about what exactly? You need to specify what the first rule is. Like, is the first rule, and it's
hey,
funny.
Hey! That's not the rules.
We
That's
can't
not the
talk
rules.
about it because of the first and second rules.
You can't talk about what? What is it? Define it.
That's not in the rules.
You can't. No, there can't be a rule that's just we don't talk about it, and then it is undefined. It could be everything, or it is specifically it, and it is like a book by Stephen King or a movie with a clown named Pennywise.
Well, they're specifically not specifying it because by being more specific than it, they would violate rule number 1 and 2, which does specify what it is they're talking about, but they're not actually talking about that. They're talking about they want to avoid the rule.
But are we talking about why his hands are wrapped up? Are we? Because if they're going to be unspecific about it, then surely they can say what they're not talking about.
No.
Yes, they can definitely say, because if the rule is they can't talk about it, and it is ungeneral, they can say, but we can talk about X, Y, or Z, because X, Y, or Z aren't it.
I don't like it.
All right. I'll come out about it. He had a run-in with a large amount of balloons that were red, and he was setting them free, but the friction was too much, and his hands caught flame, and I had to race in and bandage them up. We weren't going to talk about it. We didn't want to stress anybody out, but there it is. It's out. I'm sorry.
So
I think there were 99 of those balloons.
those balloons.
I was thinking it was just one big hot air balloon, and there he was, hanging on by a string, floating
I
through
weigh
the
entirely
sky.
too much for that. Well, thank you for the consideration.
You do not weigh too much for a hot air balloon. They pick up baskets, whole big baskets of people. Now, why are your hands wrapped?
Because I don't want to touch things with them right now. Because they're burned.
Why are your hands burned?
So me and Ion and Famous Dana had to go out with Lady Ash to get fire from a belly of a dragon. And Ion wanted me to try to get a piece of coal that was, being heated by this thing with tongs in the belly. Well, iron is a great conductor of heat, let me tell you. I'm a freaking troll. Iron doesn't like me anyway, okay? 1. 2, it was really bloody hot, and it burned my freaking hands all the way fucking through. I don't know what to say. I had to walk it off.
Ion, do you have anything to say in your own self-defense?
At least there were tongs.
Oh man. Do you need to have something to put on your hands? Do you need aloe or something?
Why would I want an owl on my hands?
Owl? Aloe.
That
Like,
just sounds
hello?
like aloe.
Yeah, exactly. Aloe.
You want me to greet? You want to put a greeting on my hand? You know what? If this was a higher rated show, I'd give you a greeting with my hand.
Oh. Well.
Please,
Like this.
I hope you know this will go down on your permanent record.
Right. Like everything bloody else I've been doing.
Mm-hmm. You have 2 days. What day are we on? We're on Thursday. You have 3 days to have all your ducks in a row if you want to get that title.
I don't have ducks. I have squirrels.
Okay,
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
And they sit there and down Red Bull and run all over the place.
How many ducks can you name?
I think I gave away all my ducks.
How many ducks can you name? Huey, Dewey, Louie, Howard,
Scrooge,
right?
Donald, okay.
Daffy,
Abigail, Drake Mallard.
Yes, Abigail.
Darkwing,
Launchpad McQuack,
Darkwing,
Launchpad McQuack,
Gizmo Duck,
and Mega Darkwing.
Same guy. Gizmo Duck and Launchpad, same guy.
No, Gizmo Duck and Launchpad McQuack are not the same guy.
The same guy.
They are
But
not.
Gizmo is a goose. He's not a dog. Gizmo's a goose.
Daisy.
I think that Count Morbid said Daisy.
Oh.
I could be wrong about that, but I think he did.
I can't remember the name of the nephew's mother though, because it's not Daisy. Donald has
that's because that's the
sister in the. By the way, the new DuckTales is reasonably good and has David Tennant as. They have an actual Scottish person voicing Scrooge McDuck.
Doctor Who is Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, he's done a
Wibbly
lot of
wobbly.
things. Oh my goodness, Bad Wizard, Demon. He's just got a great list of things. Very versatile. Very
Daffy.
I have
Daffy, yeah.
no clue who so many of these ducks are.
It's because you don't watch TV.
It is true. I mean, oh, Ion, where'd you go?
Misclick.
He's on your left.
Oh,
A lot of these ducks are from a cartoon called DuckTales.
Oh,
All of it. All of it destroy.
so did you get the fire from the belly of the dragon, or did you just burn your hands on a set of tongs?
If I had the belly fire, I wouldn't be so mad. But I am. I did not get it, and I got to go back to get it. Again. If anybody wants to come help me, you are more than welcome to. When is that? When did I have it scheduled for the next Hedge gathering?
Well, then Cyber Samhain is the next Hedge
Let's do it after that.
YouTube here gathering. And then after that, is it the first Tuesday? Then it is, or the second Tuesday. It is the 10th of November.
And that is the last chance you're going to get for a little while, because I will probably be laid up with my teeth all out of my face the day after.
Gosh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, 11 o'clock.
Woo-wee.
Tooth fairies.
Tooth fairies are coming to take all of them.
That's right. Give me some new ones.
That's right. The things that you can get at the Goblin Market are truly amazing.
Dun, 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 dun.
It is 8 o'clock, and we're supposed to have an artist here tonight, but I don't.
I saw them in here earlier. Where'd they go?
Well, I don't know, because I don't really see them exactly in the backstage area. So I'm not entirely sure what's happening there. If they have a connection issue or something, I don't know.
Are they in California?
I definitely have not done, I haven't done any of the things that I normally do at the beginning of the show. I just totally didn't do any of them. So please, guys, hit like and subscribe, because I didn't say that at the beginning. And also, I want to give a shout out, because we're about to spin the wheel. For one, we have to do the drawing. The magic word for last week, which was butt silk. So today's show, though, is sponsored by Morbid Heart Designs, and it would be amazing if you would go over and check them out. Morbid Heart Designs, not only are they today's sponsor of the show, but they also, oh boy, I have a sneeze. They also have,
by the way,
contributed prizes for the Cyber Samhain costume contest gift baskets. And in case you're wondering, Morbid Heart Designs, oh yes, no relation to Count Morbid. I thought you were trying to say there was no relation between me sneezing and Morbid Heart Designs. Anyway, I'm in a fugue, okay? Morbid Heart Designs is the horror-themed art of Angela that can be purchased as cards, vinyl stickers, prints, coloring pages, and originals. Angela loves horror movies, me too, woo, and makes a lot of art focusing on these. Many can be seen in time lapses on her YouTube channel. Go over and give her a subscribe. And on Twitch as well, if you prefer Twitch or YouTube, or if you do them both, it is Morbid Heart Designs, all spelled out, all one word on both of those. Yay, thank you so much. Anyway, she has contributed a bundle of stickers and a couple of prints of her work to our giveaway baskets. And so thank you so much, and big shout out to you for that. She's also on Instagram and Patreon and all the places. So if you want to check her out any of those, you can find her there as well. Wee-wee. Oh wait, now I see tonight's. Yes,
look how that stalling worked.
I think it was just a connection thing. But I also see Famous Dana down there. So hi, Famous Dana.
Hi. Yay.
You hurried your bum back.
I did my best.
She was hanging out. She was out hanging out in Count Mulbertswood.
The Halloween Town trip was interesting.
Yeah.
Could it have been better?
Are you okay? What is the story there? If you unless you don't want to share, of course.
The group of girls all visited Halloween Town, and then they were taking another path home, and it turned into a gravel road, and the dragon doesn't like gravel. So Scarlet decided that she was going to go that way, and the girls were hanging on for the ride.
Well, all right, infamous name of Dana the Dragon Rider.
They're all okay. So
yes,
good.
and I'm very glad actually, because scary.
I got a hold of the angry elf last night and told her she needs to start driving professionally. Because she wiped out, walked away unscathed.
By the way, I know this is a serious topic, but we just had a gratuitous fluffy tail shot from Justinian Plank Esquire.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
They were on camera, but we just had a gratuitous fluffy tail shot on camera.
I missed it. I'm so upset. I could have seen Justinian's fluffy tail.
It was floofy. It was very fluffy.
Justinian, are you blushing over there?
Apparently, it is that kind of show.
Only for Count Morbid, because he likes the tail of the jackalope.
Hey, I just want to use this moment to remind everybody that this channel is monetized, and if you want to see more gratuitous fluffy tail, you can just hit that super chat button right now, and Justinian's gratuitous fluffy tail will be on the screen once more. That's right. Just hit that super chat button.
Welcome to Only FAE. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm just gonna say this. Just since it's tonight, we're just in this mode. You if you contribute a significant amount, I'll show you why Gunther is,
Gunther.
You went from gratuitous fluffy tail to Gunther's horniness? I don't understand. Yes, he's horny. He's horny. He's horny. It's like the rhinoceros and the hippopotamus.
It's so funny because I get that all the time when I walk through any of the fairs we go to or anything where we're interacting with the human world. You're horny. I'm like, I'm also freaking bloody tall and can step on you. You want to make a comment of that too? Come on now.
Okay. Let us do the drawing. So just as a reminder for you guys, the prizes for this week, there are 2 of them. Let me see if I can find a picture to pull up for you guys. I got a picture kind of late in the game, so I sadly didn't get to. Okay, so I think this will work.
It appears they're back now.
Who's back?
Our people.
What are you talking about?
Things I know nothing about, clearly.
I mean, I get. Okay, here we go. Okay. I'm just getting everybody's names onto the Wheel of Win. Here we go. And I wanted to also share with everybody the prize, if I may. So
you
the
may
prize.
Not.
No, sir, you may not. All right. What? I'm the princess. I can do what I want. I think this will work. Can you guys see that?
I can't see. Oh, wait, what's that?
Yes.
That's the pocket thingy.
Yes, so this is the belt pouch from Divine Costume Designs, who was last week's vendor, and whoever the winner is for the drawing we're about to do, you will get a belt pouch like this one in the color and fabric that you choose. And in addition, you get one of these, which is like this multi-purpose kerchief that has this little drawstring like this, so you can wear it on top of your head. You could wear it as a mask. You can has it. You can has it. I can has it as a coin purse.
I can have a cheeseburger.
Exactly. So, and now on to the Wheel of Win. How do you get onto the Wheel of Win?
You got to put butt soap
Apparently
in the
with the word
comment.
butt soak.
The word butt soap will get you onto the Wheel of Win.
Too bad that is
Also
not
being
the
a
word this
patron.
week. Being a patron, yeah, that's the way.
Also being a patron would get you on the wheel of win.
Okay, are you guys ready?
The trick is to be
Alrighty.
patronizing.
Let's do it.
Here we go.
We need to get a bigger wheel.
Wheel of win, spin, spin, spin. Show us who will win.
Dan, so close, Persephone. Dan Holyfield, you are the winner. Congratulations. You now have a new belt pouch and kerchief coming your way. Hey, everybody cheer for Dan. Come on now.
I was applauding.
Oh,
I never
I
liked
was trying not to applaud because it hurts my bloody hands.
I was writing so it wouldn't get forgotten.
all right. Are we ready to bring them in, you guys? We're going to bring in tonight's artist, which is CarrHunger Creative. I see you guys back there, and I'll pull them you in. Do-do-do-do. Bam.
I want a lightsaber.
Ooh.
Why do you get a lightsaber?
Oh,
always
man.
two
Well,
there are.
always two there are. Oh, so there's six is what you're
We
saying.
were just hashing two things
Kind of
out,
the season.
just getting it out of our system.
Hashing, yes.
We've been considering renaming ourselves Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and we figured to do it the geek way.
Oh,
Geek weapons.
you should. I support that.
Well, welcome to the show, you guys. Please, I'm going to enlarge you a little bit, and if you will, please introduce yourself to the audience and tell us who you are and what you do.
Sith
Who we are
happens.
and what we do. Well, I was born and raised in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I am the child of a reporter. So that was my first training, and first name is Christina, last name is Carr, and that's hence the company name Carr is my name, and Hunger's his last name. And since I've met this one, I have expanded my reporter and my acting and my other stuff to include prop making and a lot of special effects type stuff. And yeah, we've been together since 1987 now. You're a small town boy.
I'm a small town boy. The name is Martin Hunger. I'm the other half of CarrHunger Creative. I grew up on a farm and in small town Ontario and met her at a Doctor Who convention 33 years ago.
Oh my God.
And it's been craziness ever since.
It has. It definitely has. And we work on productions as well as work for individuals. We do quotes. We don't care who you are, what scale of your life is, but we do a lot of custom work. And we just recently moved back to Toronto, and that's how Princess Lolly knows us, is from the West Coast when we used to drive down to Seattle all the time and take part in all the fun things, Spokane, yeah, and take part in a lot of things down there. But yes, so right now it was a frantic setup to get this all done because we're doing some stuff for Star Trek and you guys aren't allowed to see it, so we had to clear our space and make it.
Are you allowed to tell us what you're doing for Star Trek, or at least loosely what you're doing for Star Trek?
Stunt doubles of a phaser.
Wow.
Basically, yeah. We've lost 3 prop companies in Toronto since the whole COVID thing started. And we moved into a tiny little studio, which is with a tiny workspace. So we're used to the much bigger workspaces like Stargate provided us and stuff like that. So this is kind of weird to downsize like this. But because we lost 3 others, there is a robotics company here that has now decided to pick up making props. So they made the hero props because they got the much larger equipment. And they brought them to us to make the stunt doubles so that they can throw them on the ground because each one of those phasers is worth, well, too much.
Too much to just chuck on the ground.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we've got we've been experimenting with different molds and stuff like that because there's some intricate details that are just not. They're battling us. So what was going to be a 2-day project is now turned into 4 days, and we think we got it right. We think we got it right.
After this broadcast, we'll know for sure.
We are going to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning tonight to just get it done and get back on track. So yeah, this place, our cats still love us, which I'm grateful for.
Well, so now I know that one of the ways that you do your prop making is you have a Patreon for this where you will make custom props for people. Do I understand that correctly?
The Patreon is basically, it's replacing the fact that all the conventions are canceled, because we're used to getting paid to come in and do panels and stuff like that. So a lot of people were asking us to continue doing it on Periscope, but Periscope with all the trolls, it's difficult to teach. So what we basically did is we restarted our Patreon in order to teach. And quotes can come through anything. I mean, it doesn't matter to us whether you use our Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. We've gotten really obsessed with wings over the last few years, as you've seen. I think you've seen both pairs, my Maleficent and Maeve.
The big black wings, is that the Maleficent? Yeah. Yes, I have seen them.
That little sort of
the video,
slow motion video at
towards the dragon. Yeah. So we've decided, because we're doing a Monarch butterfly fundraiser this Halloween, and we're getting $3 donations, a minimum $3 donation, and then we're putting people's names on cards. And November 1st, we're going to be in front of a Mexican restaurant, and we're going to be doing a Day of the Dead ceremony where we'll read out the cards, and we'll, because the whole concept behind the Day of the Dead is not forgetting. So that's given us the opportunity to do another fairy, a Monarch fairy. So now we're trying out different techniques, simply because, well, Amazon didn't come through with the order of materials. So we kind of blew the budget on these, and I know.
Find everything locally, which is a lot more money.
I mean, I love my city and everything, but it does get more money if you're buying it locally, and the shops are tiny here. So, big city, but just tiny shops that carry exactly what we need. So,
It's unfortunate brick and mortar can't can't compete with internet sales. But when orders get canceled randomly because of supply issues, it's the leaves of my choice.
And yes, we made these.
Well, I would love to give you the screen again here, and let's see some of these cool props that you have personally made. You made these lightsabers.
Oh yeah. We don't buy things. It frustrates us to buy things.
We don't buy props.
We
buy parts.
We buy parts. This one we made when we still had access to a much larger shop, and it's been anodized and everything, so I can throw it on the ground, and the blue won't chip. But
oh, wow.
Sure, we don't need a stunt version of that one.
No, we don't. Yeah, thanks.
It's been through stunts.
I love you. I really love you. My blade is still okay.
That's right.
Yours is chipped. His is chipped. Like he keeps hitting the ground. Twit.
Some chunks missing.
But so we've got it's able to screw on and off, and it's the battery compartment inside, right?
What kind of batteries does it take?
We use.
These are a lithium battery. It's an 18500, so it's like a little 3.7 volt battery, but it's got enough juice to keep the lightsaber running continuously for about a half an hour to an hour. And then we just swap out batteries, which is why you can open it up and change them. Put one in to charge and run the other one.
The drawback with these batteries, though, is not only are they more expensive than standard batteries, but if you let them if you let them die completely, they never recharge. But they give the power needed for the type of LEDs we've gotten here. So, Martin,
you didn't make that noise when you turned it on?
That was.
Sorry?
Is it making like a lightsaber noise, like jing?
No, they have a sound effects office with them.
Access to a shop. So his is a little different. It's painted instead of anodized, so it's.
But the outer shell is aluminum, whereas a lot of her parts were machined. This aluminum shell on the outside had to be cut by hand. So all the holes drilled, little Dremel cutting out the slots and everything, and sanding and shaping it all.
And his end piece just pressure fits on and off, with the same kind of battery compartment inside.
Mm-hmm.
So we can still accomplish. It's just this takes a lot longer. So when someone says to us, I want you to quote a lightsaber, we say, okay, we don't have the big shop right now, so we can do it this way. It will take longer, but we're not going to charge you more because we don't think it's fair. Just because we lost, access to those particular tools, that we should, especially fans, that we should charge like what we would. Because if we were to true charge for this one, you're looking at about $1,000 saver. If we were to true charge for this one, if we basically true charge for this one, it would be the same, but it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
So it would
They're
be
beautiful though,
because of the amount of time it took to cut. Right. So what we do is a saber like this, because we had to hand cut it. That's our excess time. So we don't charge for the excess time.
We need that, yeah.
So in reality, this becomes a $500 to $700 saver.
And then of course,
Come on. Right.
the way it comes off.
So
In your belt.
ignore this request if it would take too much time. But how do they look with the lights off? If the lights are off in the
When the lights are off,
In the
Yes.
studio.
go to
the lights are off in your studio. Yeah.
Then the lights off. I guess we just
Ooh, here we go. This is gonna be cool. Good one, Cal Corbin.
Imbiggin.
Imbiggin. Yes.
blue
Okay, here we
one. I
go.
have to sand the blade more because it hasn't been.
might need
It
to swap
hasn't been.
batteries on this too.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Fairy Princess Naughty,
Yeah, my
Yes.
battery's starting.
remember when you asked me what I want for Christmas?
They look great when you do them in fast motion because you get that lovely blur, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're so pretty.
Wait, do they change colors?
So they
Ooh, a rainbow saber. I want a rainbow lightsaber.
We built some of these on air on our Periscope back when we did build things on Periscope, and the dirty jokes that went around because in order to get the rod to basically carry the light up, you have to sand different levels of the rod. So while Martin was describing what I was doing, I'm sitting there like this.
Sanding the rod. Yes.
Ending the rod.
That's
For the next 3 months. That's all
That's
that
why
talk
that's why
about was
Gunther
me
is wearing
sending the
bandages on his hands right now.
this. Cal Corbin, this is not that kind of show.
That's one of our
That's our
catchphrases on
slogan.
our Periscope.
We're not that kind of broadcast. Sometimes our regulars say it before we do, and it's hilarious. It's like, no, we haven't gotten there yet.
What would you say? What would you say is the most foundational skill you need for prop making?
Most foundational skill. Some prop makers start with an architectural background because they start in miniatures. So basically, they basically they're the ones who do all the little houses and the miniatures and stuff like that. They're still in prop category, and sometimes they can take that skill and move it on to other areas in props. But for us, it was just a lot of tinkering, a lot of independent film, a large portfolio.
A lot of my foundation started in electronics, which is why I went to college for and then dropped out of college. Long story short. And hers is a lot of more organic fabrication, faux finishes, that sort of thing. Yeah.
This is Mutt. I'm assuming you guys can see Mutt.
Is
He's
Mutt
large
in
and he's
frame?
heavy.
Is Mutt in frame? Mutt's mostly in frame.
Is Mutt mostly
He's
in frame?
from about here forward.
You wanna
Yes,
pick it
here,
up?
hold on. I will give you the.
He's
There we go.
Oh no, there, that's better. They got it. They got it. They got it.
Oh, awesome.
This is all plastic.
I'll step out of it.
Every
wow.
bit of it is plastic. I mean, he's
That's
heavy and he's
cocaine,
awkward, so you can imagine how much heavier he would be if that was all metal. So basically, this is what I specialize in, or at least what I started to specialize in when you first met me, is making things look like they are what they're not. And with him with the electronics background, do you want to, don't run his wheels, obviously.
No, he's run off the table. No, just the main power.
Right? So this was all, this is all fake. None of this is metal.
Well,
and
it sure
that's
looks like it. Oh, what?
It's like
It's
taking
adorable.
things that are plastic and I make them look like metal. So that
That's
was my
adorable.
goal. It's like for his body takes
Who's a
40
good
days
boy?
of metallic paint. And it's a matter of when you brush it, when you spray it on with the spray paint. We use automotive paints a lot, so they bite into the plastics. When you spray it on, you basically, while it's still wet, is you do all the different hues, because the human eye won't isolate the different levels of the paint job, but your brain will recognize the metal as being metal because metal is imperfect. Right? So yeah, that's how I started in props, was to make something look like something else. Like these are completely plastic, but they've been
Wow.
antique and worked in, and they're the doubles for the actual one. So I would get the actual one, and I would make a double of it. So casting, molding, whatever it requires for this one, it's a styrene blade and a poured. I can't remember which plastic I used it so long ago. But yeah,
Holy
so my
smoke.
job is to make it look like the real one, so that when they're working with it, it's safer. Right? Same with this one. It's basically the blade out only.
Right.
So this
They-
is how I got
So
started.
real.
Taught me the rest.
Those are really cool.
I'm going to show you guys this one because we don't bring this to conventions anymore because it's gotten really, really fragile.
Oh.
Oh no. A Cyclops.
Wow.
It is.
It is.
From the first X-Men movie.
Every once in a blue moon, we get a gift. And we're always happy when we get gifts. And this was one of the gifts that we will never, people keep asking us if we'll sell it. No, that production was quite the production for us. Mm-hmm. And it's a hybrid of plastics and rubber so that he can get it on and off his face. And the reason I don't bring him to conventions anymore, because we used to bring it to conventions so people could measure it and take close pictures of it so they can do their own, is because it's gotten so brittle. Because over the years, the rubber part has brittle.
They dry out, right? So it's no longer as flexible as it used to be. It's over 20 years old, so.
But do you that is because
well, for 20 years
Oh
old,
my
man,
goodness.
that is
Was it actually that long ago?
Yeah.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I don't feel old yet.
Wow.
what is we do not count. We do not. It is.
Sorry?
I mean, it's not a formal fairy rules. It's an unofficial fairy rule, but no counting like that. What is time?
That's right. That's right. It's all a blur. It's all a blur. But yeah, this was. We had to make 3 versions, but that's one of the Oakley lenses in it, and we had to make 3 versions. This version, the one that folds when Sabretooth takes it off his face, and then because this one can't, and then one with electronics inside, so that the effects guys would have a reference point. That one's horrible because the transmitter is in the ear, like the receiver to turn it on and off, as well as the little inverter to run the lights.
Tiny custom-made fluorescent tube, bent and curved to the right shape. Now we can do it with LEDs.
Now we can do it with LEDs. Technology has come so far, but every time they fired it off, right, he gets a buzzing here. So they turn it on long enough to get the shot, then they'd switch it for one of these where he can actually see through, and then he goes on with the scene.
That is incredible. What do you think the most incredible prop you've ever made for a production is? Like your favorite thing or most impressive thing you've ever had to make, or chosen to make, I guess.
What to pick?
Total Recall the cars?
Total Recall the cars or the Atom suit?
The Atom suit. Oh my God, the Atom suit.
For anyone familiar with the CW shows, Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Ray Palmer, the Atom. His exosuit costume, we were involved in building that back in Vancouver.
It took 5 different departments, and it cost the same as a house by the time we were all done.
Wow. I was totally nerding out, by the way, just saying.
That is amazing.
Totally nerding out.
Your eyes went like this. Yeah.
When we do conventions and we have the panel, what we usually do is have a video behind us, and we've gotten some really we've gotten permission to use the test videos in those videos of him testing out the suit. And sorry, Martin, you know how I feel about those.
Well, now I do have one of the videos that you sent to me earlier today, and I can pull that up and we can look at it if you want, or if you have other things there with you that you'd like to show us, we can do that as well.
I have both the Maleficent and Maeve wings, where they haven't come out of the storage locker in a while, so we don't have the stand-ups for them, but we're happy to use me and my body because that's what they were designed for.
Okay.
I don't know if our frame is big enough, but look at the shot.
They opened to 14 feet. We got to make sure. So why don't you grab the? Okay. Let's start with Mal.
Let's start because you're gonna need to wear this before I grab anything.
And so, what is this thing?
Okay. This is the custom-made backplate that we did.
Okay.
We cast of Christina's back and use that as a shape to heat form this. This is ABS plastic, so it's pretty rigid and durable. And we put foam padding on the inside of it. It's still a little bit not quite the right shape because it does put a little bit more pressure on her shoulders than we'd like, but
we're seeing the behind the scenes transformative magic here. This is cool.
Now, of course, something like this would be CGI'd on a television show, but one of the things we love about, and still to this day, we've been cosplaying before we even met each other, one of the things we still love to this day is being able to say to a cosplayer, you can do anything, and replicating is open to interpretation. And things like this, we keep saying to people, you can do it. You just gotta stop saying negative things. And if you want to build some parts and you want to assemble it at the other end, that's cool too. Like, I mean, if you feel you've got one weakness, don't pinch my skin. Yay! That's one.
You and the buckle.
But you know, we love having the work, but at the same time, we're still cosplayers at heart, and we've been cosplayers since the '80s.
So a lot of this is sort of based on the way we did some of the stuff for the Atom suit, as well, with the different buckles and plates and straps connecting the different sections together. So, you know, working on productions, we get a chance to hone our skills for some of our personal projects as well, and vice versa.
A lot of leftover material too in the Maleficent wings.
I would imagine.
It is.
And so then now wings attached to this harness.
The wings attached to that harness. So on the back of it are 4 bolts. Here.
I'm just trying to imagine, how does one go about making a mold of their back?
With help.
Plaster. Just plaster bandage. You get someone to bandage your back, and then you put more plaster to support it so that you don't lose the shape.
Yeah.
Oh, we can take a mold of your hands, Gunther.
Yeah, we can make a mold of your face too, Fairy Princess Lolly.
My face isn't under wraps. Okay, so now how much do these weigh? I'm curious.
They weigh about 20 pounds, which after a little while sitting on her back, it adds up. You know, it starts to get a little uncomfortable.
The hardest thing about wearing them is my shoulder blades can't move too much, so I have to be careful when it comes to hugging children or trying to reach my hands up.
That makes sense.
So what we've got on the back of the dress is the dress has a panel that comes up the back and it snaps down both sides. So she can wear the dress without the wings, do up all the snaps, and it looks like just a regular dress. With the wings, we do up the snaps below, bring the panel around over top of the wing centerpiece, and then do up the top snaps above it. So it looks like the wings are coming out from inside the dress. And all this mechanism here is covered up with a panel that's got some of the fake feathers on it as well to cover up the mechanics.
Martin's moving twice as fast.
Well, this is like when we did the Atom suit. The first couple of times he was put in the suit for the show, it took us over an hour to dress him. By the end of that first season, we had it down to 17 minutes from him arriving to him being ready to go on set. So with practice comes a little bit more speed.
How long did it take you? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The wings and the feathers are basically just lining material that we spray glued together to make them a little thicker. And then we cut it out in a laser cutter. And the reason we did that is because it's just lining material, nylon lining material, like polyester. The heat of the laser cutter finishes the edges.
And you can do that at home without a laser cutter if you have like a soldering iron or something like that. You can use that to go around with like a wood burning hot knife or that kind of thing. Basically just to seal the edge so that they don't start fraying.
You're basically melting the fabric.
So that's the battery pack right there. It's basically it's like an RC car racing pack.
Okay.
And, they're rechargeable. This one will last probably about a half a day of running around the con before swapping. So I've always got a spare pack in my back pocket.
And after the first time of kind of almost ruining them, we realized that we had to put a fuse box in. So there's a tiny little fuse holder in there to keep things from spiking back, basically.
The great thing about these batteries is they can deliver as much power as you want them to until they explode. So
until they explode, yes. You know, they are. They're super great, like 0 to nuclear.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean,
I like how the
laptops exploding and those little hoverboards exploding because of the batteries. Same kind of thing. So a little power switch on the back here, and we have a remote.
What?
Remote control.
Okay.
You may want to
Yes.
Yeah. There we go.
I'm going to start by.
Where's the cats?
2 are on the couch. One is, I don't know.
Go for it.
That is awesome.
So, and of course, this stuff here is covered up. What we got on top is this, the dagging is just basically a whole bunch of the feathers cut in little strips, and they're Velcroed over top of the mechanism. So it's Velcroed there to hold it in place. So that if we do need to do any repairs or maintenance, we just do that. Okay, and then we can watch here. I'm just going to move this one.
And what did you say the wingspan on this was?
14 feet.
About 14 feet.
14 feet. Wow.
Which is why I'm wearing heels right now. Wanted to make them wider, but I'm only 5'4". So when they're closed, you have to make sure that the bottom isn't dragging on the ground.
Her movie that her wings are so big that they drag on the ground when she walks. It's true.
It's true. The more width, of course, the more length when they fold up. So I always wear heels with the outfit. It's under the dress so no one can see. But I always wear heels with the outfit so we can get that extra 2 feet.
It's almost like you knew you were going to be trying these on for us today.
The other thing that I love too is because we were always going to be in public with these, this is just foam, like insulation foam, and then coated in latex to look like horns.
What?
No poking anybody's eye out.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like leaning over to a kid and then these,
Yes, I do actually. I actually, in fact, do know what that's like. I have horns on my head.
Yes.
Those would be great for
I knocked
social
over a 2-year-old
distancing.
child with these wings.
I've bored people with them.
In the grocery store, you're just like.
She will never have her remote in her own hand ever again.
He left me with my own remote, but when they curve forward a little bit as they open, right? So I lose my peripheral vision. He went to the washroom, handed me my own remote. A bunch of people came over and said, we want pictures with the wings out. So I hit the button, and suddenly I hear crying, and I look down.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And he's on the ground, on his ass. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be in trouble with the mom. What do I do? And I look in the group of people, and there's one woman laughing. And serves you right for being in her way.
That's your people that were laughing.
Get off.
It's totally Mom.
Well, I mean, I feel like you can't know that they were just going to open. So it's not as if they had known, they wouldn't have tried to get out of the way. But I think it's one of those situations where, you're watching the toddler run and then they trip on their shoe and they just fall face first in the grass or something. Right. And you're kind of like, are you okay? But also hilarity, right? Like, because it's clear that nobody is truly hurt, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But there's that moment where I'm sitting there going, do I react in character or do I just sit back into me? What do I do? I'm like, oh God, that beastie.
I'm trying to imagine Maleficent's reaction to that in character, right? Her wings hitting a little beastie, right? Now I'm going to have to watch that one.
Be like, tuck and roll, kid, tuck and roll.
Yeah. Maybe that's what I've done. Gotten a dragon and set the kid on fire. But that's when we started thinking, okay, well, we want to experiment more. And we wanted to experiment with the whole flapping back and forth. And that's how the Maeve wings came. And the Maeve wings came about, I'm just going to pick them up because I don't know how much time we have left.
It's okay. We can.
You cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm happy.
Sure.
We have as much time as I say we have.
What?
What?
I mean, that's kind of true, but what?
But if you ask Justinian, we're probably late.
I mean, as soon as someone said lightsaber, we were all just like, ah.
Right. We totally were like, oh, wait, shiny? Yeah, I'm there.
I just thought that all jackalope / rabbity folk were, all about being late.
Oh, no. Tonight I'm a bone daddy, so I don't have to worry about any clocks. It's great.
Nice.
There it is then. There it is. And off they go.
Taking the
I mean, I love the Maeve wings though because they're so shiny and beautiful. And I guess that maybe that's because like I have good memories of you with the Maeve wings. So I'm like, yay, I want to see them. Put them on. Put them on. And so now these ones though are totally different than the ones you just had on. They're made out of a different material. Tell us about these.
It's a lot simpler, a lot smaller, not quite so heavy duty because they weigh about less than half.
We use steel boning to make
Okay.
I think it's actually busk, right? Because it's the wider stuff, and we rolled it. We basically bent it to go over her shoulders, so it's semi-rigid, but it's still got a bit of flexibility, so she can move a bit more. Similar concept, right? The buckles around the waist. We have this on.
We did. We had it on the dress form for the one event. Yeah. Now his memory comes back.
Well, there's
Now these we cut out the spines when he brings the wings over. We cut out the spines on the larger cutter. If we were to redo these ones, we'd have to do it all by hand because our cutter is not that big. But again, we had access to a larger shop and larger machinery. So this one crisscrosses. So it was quicker than it would be if we make it now. But it's not impossible. Oh my God, it's like a push-up bra sometimes.
It separates.
I'll be honest, it looks more like armor.
Yeah.
Now,
How long did these take you to make these Maeve wings?
The Maeve wings took us about, if we say number of hours, I'd say equivalent to 2 weeks. But it was spread over a month and a half. Because we made these on air.
Oh, so cool.
We had to stop and answer questions and talk about them and get rid of the trolls.
Is there a place on air that our viewers could go to reference this making process?
Unfortunately, because it's an older video, Periscope has moved it basically off of our list, right? Because they only show the top 100. But we are starting to post them on Patreon. Like we've reformatted them, and we're posting them on Patreon.
Okay. And that is, your Patreon is patreon.com. I think it's going down there in the ticker, but it's also in the low bar on the YouTubes and Bookbase as well, the links to your Patreon, but it's patreon.com/CarrHunger, correct?
Right.
Just don't forget my second R.
Second R? Oh, CARR, yes. I was like, hunger? I thought it only had one. Never mind.
The ticker is currently the Morbid Heart Designs, the other sponsor.
Oh, I'll change it.
It was the other one just a few minutes ago.
Here we go.
See what's going on with that.
They look
ABS for the spines, and then there's cellophane for the look, for the color. And then Martin's going to put the battery in again.
And the actual wings are made out of PETG, which is a clear plastic, quite often used in the sign making industry. So it's flexible. It's not fragile, as fragile as acrylic. So this one gets its own little battery. Just going to tuck this in.
How did you get these? Is it wire design that's inside of the wing veins? Yes.
They're all laser cut. The little ABS spines were all laser cut into the shape. So it could be done by hand. Takes a little bit longer. And then each one, we've got some fiber optics that we glued in place to create a special lighting effect. We'll talk a little bit.
Can we turn the light off again?
Are they? These wings light up. Ooh!
Ooh.
But again, the
You don't
dress
get those
supports
on
it, so it stays light.
So, and then unfortunately it uses the same remote. So if we have both sets of wings operating at the same event, we have to be very careful as to, turning one
The
off.
proximity.
But we've solved that more recently. We found remotes that we can actually program to only talk to each other. So we'll have one button.
Very nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, they've been in the
Wing
for a while.
clearance, wing clearance.
They're just kind of dangerous like that. That's pretty cool.
I've smacked him in the face many times.
But also your wings sometimes hit him too, right?
Okay.
That flapping mechanism there, right?
That is so cool.
Push the little power button for the lights.
Oh, Cat
Now-
wants to know
Oh,
if the
can,
big lights off.
can we see it in the dark? Oh my goodness.
I think, look, there it is.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
And of course,
Shiny.
with costume, all of this is covered up by a panel, so you can't see the light sources.
Right.
Provides a lot more support.
Look at it. I'm so jelly.
Oh
I
my
have wings.
That looks really
goodness.
cool.
You don't want to wear it when it's windy, I'm
Behind the
guessing.
fiber optics is when Stargate, oh, that's better, yeah. When Stargate shut down, they tore a lot out and threw a lot out. So Martin and I grabbed all the fiber optics from the gate.
Good call.
Literally the Stargate.
So we
That-
had to weed through them to find the ones that were in the best shape. And that took some time. And so this is basically what was in the best shape. And then what we did to get the different points of light is we put little nicks randomly along the line of the fiber optics. So the light
Okay.
stops at each little point that it's nicked. And that's how you get all the different little points.
That's
How does it
fantastic.
continue after the point, though? I thought in fiber optics the light was shining straight through. So if you put a nick in it, then wouldn't that stop the light from continuing on to the next
You do
segment?
lose some light the more nicks you put, so we just made sure that we had LEDs that were bright enough to pump as much light through as we can. So
Gotcha.
what we
Yes.
call
How
it,
warm do the wings get?
Yeah, we call it hemorrhaging photons, Martin's right. When we did these, the Monarch wings, the mechanism isn't finished yet. But Martin, if you can hand me one. The Monarch, we're not putting the lights in it, but we're going to use what we learned on these and what we learned on making these Monarch ones. We're going to use the combined knowledge to basically make winter ones because we want to do the fiber optics again. There it is. So these are the these are different in the way that they're not. We didn't use the cellophane because that didn't come. It got, the order got canceled. So we can't do this. So I did some research locally and discovered stained glass paints. So this
Oh.
2 layers, 1 layer of PETG and 1 layer of Lexan. And then
Those are gorgeous.
Thank you.
They
Beautiful.
are.
Those
I
are
can't
beautiful.
wait to see your whole outfit when you're done with it.
I have so much black tulle to do that whole Mexican look, that whole Spanish look.
Yes.
The cats
Oh,
are off with pieces of the dress like every day.
Well, and it's funny too because you are the our last week, no, one of our handmade home shopping vendors over this last week was also a wing vendor as well, and I feel like we've had it's just the coolest behind the scenes, the secret of wing making. It, this is it. This is where the fairies get their magic wings made, right? Wizards go to Alavans for their wands, right?
Oh, thank you. He's fanning me. I'm just like, that's not.
Right, yes. I bet you're warm.
When wings collide. And the wings, I've been looking at a lot of people over the years, and things like wings or helmets, like people who are doing, yes, please, people who are doing like Mandalorians type thing. Everyone's got their own expressive version, and wings are that kind of thing too. You've got your own kind of thing in your head, and you can see the inspiration from somewhere, no matter what, they're yours.
Yes.
So what you're saying is we're all winging.
Yes, Martin,
So-
we're all winging it.
Well, okay, so we are coming up on a little bit of time at this point, so I'm going to let you get. And I would say we've had a couple comments here from the audience. We have. I am not the only one that has wing envy. I don't know that you guys. I don't know if you guys could see it, but Persephone out there was wing envy, and yes, I am with you, wing envy. And then we did have sort of a pondering here, which is, I wonder how that would look with black light LEDs.
Black light LED. That would be interesting. In order to do black light LED and make it effective, of course, you'd have to make sure a majority of what's inside is white, because the black light will only respond to white, not black.
Or
Right.
neon. You could use neon paint for coloring, because the black light will react with that. If it's UV reactive, anything that's UV reactive is what I'm trying to say.
See, this is one of
Well, you know,
Sorry, go ahead,
if they
Justine.
were lunar moth wings, then you could have your whites that was offset with the black LEDs, and it would look absolutely stunning, like moonbeams.
Well, and something like this, it's black for the spines, but we could always paint the inside of the black white, and then that would create that black light effect along the black spines.
Mhm.
So you get that great travel of glow.
Yes.
Do black light LEDs need anything special?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. God, when we started doing this stuff, there was no black light
There were no
LED.
black light LEDs.
Right.
That's why
Us
those
too.
incandescent black lights that were that got way too hot and melted everything. And
Yeah, but I guess LEDs are cooler now. Like black light LEDs
yeah.
would be cooler. So we wouldn't have been able to get away with it 20 years ago, but I could see us getting away with it now. That would be awesome in the dark.
I know, right? Well, so that said, I want to take a look at anything you may want me to point people at before you show us the giveaway items for this week. Would you like me to pull up either your Patreon, or some other thing to go through? I have the
Is kind of hidden because it's you have to have those sponsor levels. Our Instagram has got tons. Our Facebook has got a lot because the Instagram's
okay.
Facebook. That kind of stuff.
Is the Instagram CarrHunger as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
We came up with so many company names. So many company names. They were all taken. It was like the most frustrating thing on the planet. So we looked at each other and said,
really interesting.
we said, forget it. Our last names. We're just going to do it.
Yeah, that's
What else?
that.
Well, at least you didn't choose Hunger Car instead of Car.
Oh, speaking of car, there's Dennis Car is on.
That's right.
Yes.
Hey, Dennis.
Here we go. This is your Instagram. Everybody go over and give them follows on their Instagram.
And
Be
there's
awesome to them.
Totally.
Excellent to each other.
our cats and the occasional photos of props and stuff that we've worked
You
on.
can't have an Instagram without your pets.
Without cats. Yeah.
It's the only
mean,
rule we
Look
break
at
is
that
food.
face.
Yeah, look at that
Look
face.
at
Right?
that face.
The only
And
rule we
clearly you are on TikTok as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've been playing. I confess, it's sort of addictive.
And all of these, like for the whole Monarch. Ooh. What are those wings in that picture?
The lady who's kneeling down in front of me is a friend of ours, again in the Seattle area. Those wings, we made a matching pair for her and her husband with a slightly different color to them, and they don't flap. They're attached permanently in that shape. There's Martin testing them,
Modeling
but they were done with the cellophane as well, and then just painted. So basically, the spines are painted on both halves of the plastic, and then the cellophane is sandwiched in between. And then she's got a plastic plate underneath there that keeps them on an angle. And she can change the angles if she wants to heat up the plastics. We played with, when we went down to do the photo shoots, we played with the angles a little bit for her. But similar effect, but just no mechanisms. Ah, yes. My pirate life.
your secret pirate life.
Yes, my
Not a secret now.
Your formerly secret pirate life.
Yes, we
And this
seem
must
to
be
have
the lightsaber here.
started a J Dragon East. I was going to take a break from that character because I've been doing her for 15 years and 16 years.
16 years now. Yeah.
And I was going to take a break when we moved back, but the local pirate festival called and said I had a fan following here, and I'm like, what? and so they dragged me out to the festival, and thus the character is back in action. Whoops!
Mm-hmm. And slowly building a new crew.
Apparently. Well,
I'm just kind of cruising through watching stuff. I wish I could get it a little bit bigger on the Instagram, but this is what I have.
Martin and I were discussing it earlier today that if we kept every single thing or made doubles of every single thing that we made for productions, let alone our cosplays, if we had kept it, we would have to have a full warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
When people say, "What's your resume like?" I'm like, "Well, resume or production list."
Mm-hmm.
Here's some glow in the darky looking stuff. I don't know. I'm just
Well,
look at that.
well, that's the other thing we grabbed from the locker too is the staff. This is one of the things that we're always promoting at conventions is as friendly as possible. So conventions won't take your weapon away. So the Maleficent Staff. Thanks, honey, for warning me that it was on. All I
That
see
looks
is
painful.
in front of my face now.
Sorry. Remember when it powers up, it's in test mode. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Thank you. You know, we bring this to every convention when we do panels because people are always complaining about things being taken away. This has never been taken away, okay? Because we use basically plumbing pipe, like the what am I thinking?
PVC.
ABS pipe, right? It's flexible.
Right.
And all of this on top, all this wood is
Yes.
caulking, window caulking.
Oh, you're really good at making things look like something else, something other than they are.
You use a plastic knife or spoon because the caulking doesn't stick to it, and you make it look like wood. And then you take some paint, and you just with a foam brush so it doesn't get in the cracks, and you just lightly, the upper ridges. But the best thing about it is when they come up and they say you can't have that because it's a weapon, it's a staff. I'm like, no, everything I do is kid friendly. It's completely flexible.
Wow.
It's not going to hurt anyone.
They still like piece bonding it and putting a little ribbon on.
Yeah, they put a little ribbon on so they can feel important.
Well, I think probably also though, so that just so that other people know as well, right?
And the little button is where I naturally put my hand. This is the part that wears out the most, so it's the part that I paint every once in a while to refresh it, right? And that's just, one of the, the Easter orbs.
Yes.
You buy little Easter candies, they're in an egg-shaped container,
Yes.
and the shells are clear. And so.
Right, and it's just the caulking comes up and over, and I've got little magnets in here so that we can, if something goes wrong, we can undo it. And this is all that same stained glass paint switched around. Now that we have a small 3D printer in our home, it's not very big, but it's big enough. I want to try redoing this with a clear ABS or clear. Probably an ABS, but I want to try to 3D print it because this one has been cracked a few times by someone like holding it and dropping it. So that is the drawback with it. Well, the magnets, right? So they grab it the wrong way. And we've got a different battery in it right now because the other battery died, but the battery did fit in the end. So we just gotta find a replacement.
And so these are the kinds of things that people will learn how to make if they're on your Patreon, and if they want to order something custom from you, then they can reach out and you guys could discuss that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. Yep. Well, what do we have today for next week's giveaway? We're going to need a new magic word, everybody out there in the audience. We need a new magic word for this week because this is the day we always pick our new magic word. So I'm going to embiggen you again so that we can see it up close. What have we here?
Whoa.
Part of our Patreon is we go through a lot of materials and we record it and stuff like that. So what we wind up is with samples. And the most recent videos we recorded for later on in Patreon is working with polymer clays. And so we made a whole bunch of these little polymer clay, what we called sugar vials. And these are great parties and stuff like that. And, you give them out to the kids, you can theme them and all that stuff. And we'll do them for people as well.
For those parents who are absolutely morally opposed to glitter.
Yes.
Or deathly allergic, like Count Morbid.
Exactly, yeah.
So we chose 4 of the little sugar vials. And so we got our little male fairy. And He's got.
Oh, that is adorable.
And then we got Little Day of the Dead one.
Ooh, that's cool.
Wow.
And then we got a mermaid. And I made her dark skinned with a purple tail because I wanted to.
I love it.
Thank you. And
No better reason you wanted to.
Yeah. And then we got a little green dragon.
Aww.
And so you sculpted all those things on there?
On the vials. And then
Wow.
And because the vials, we try to repurpose a lot. These were actually done really quickly. They took about an hour to an hour and a half each. If we were going to go even more detailed, it would be like 2 to 3 hours per. But basically the vials are the ginseng vials, because I regularly take ginseng in the morning. So we clean them out and sterilize them. And then the wood, we just got wooden dowel and cut it into all little pieces.
Make the stoppers. Yeah.
To make little stoppers. Because cork is on one of those endangered list things. And to go out and buy more cork, to me, it didn't seem right when these little wooden, posts are everywhere.
So the winner is going to get all of those.
All 4 of them.
Correct. Yeah.
Nice. That is a cool prize. So, yes, no, thank you. Like, it has been amazing looking at just your work is amazing. I mean, it always has been, but this is like getting to see it from this perspective has been awesome.
You have to do what's in your
Fantastic.
heart. You really do have to do what's in your heart.
So let's see. We do have a recommendation that this week's magic word should be wing envy. And it does have a second. So I think that we'll just go with that as the magic word. This week's magic word is wing envy.
It's better than butt silk.
But silk was hilarious. What are you talking about?
That was a classy word. Everybody liked it.
Okay, so for those of you who might not know what we're talking about here, the magic word is what you need to, after the show is over, go to YouTube and put the word wing envy in the comments, and you will receive either your initial entry into next week's drawing to potentially win these sugar bottles. Yes.
Sugar bottles.
Or if you are on our Patreon, you will get an automatic entry. And if you then also put Wing Envy into the comments, you will then have 2 entries for a chance to win these. So before we let you go tonight, is there anything you want to say, Christina, Martin?
We haven't killed each other yet.
This is true. 33
Yay!
We've got more geek weapons hidden around here.
There's all the crowns and moldings and casting and
It's midnight and some of our neighbors are probably asleep.
I know. How dare they? I do confess, there's a part of me that misses the West Coast, and it's much later here, so this is a weird feeling. So, but we look forward to the day when we can come back and visit, and we can connect again. Because I know you were going to come up to BC, and we were going to go visit that little.
I know. And that, alas. So, we shall one day, though. We shall meet again.
And we look forward to any challenges people give us, and the support is always greatly appreciated. And Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, Instagram,
yep.
TikTok,
all the places. Your links should be in the low bar and in the ticker, so people can find you after the show as well. That will be there indefinitely. So, so there it is. Thank you so much for being on the show, and we'll say good evening to you guys.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Later, guys.
I think you're amazing.
Thanks for coming. Join their Patreon.
Yes, check out their
Join our
Patreon.
Pretty awesome.
Either so you can get the tutorials to learn how to do it yourself, or if you just want to support them, that either way works. So, okay, well, there is that. Man, sakes, that was quite the talk. We really went into our article time, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm hungry now.
Oh, but you're always hungry.
That's not true.
Yeah, yes, it is.
That's
You're a
not.
giant troll, and you are always hungry. Okay,
Now you're
Gunther?
too stereotyping. I don't like it.
Gunther,
What?
I need you to give us a piece of gossip while I review the articles for tonight.
All right. Well, the gossip tonight, I hear that a certain baron may or may not have put a hit out on a leprechaun for letting him get his hands burned.
I think he's mad at you, Ion. He does not appreciate your idea for getting the I guess the fire from the dragon's belly.
YNC, my foot.
Did he have a better idea for getting the coal out of the belly?
Try to gain more information. That's all I had. Try to gain more information. Because you know what? What are you supposed to have? All the information before you go experimenting with things that will set you on fire. It's a thing. I mean, if you don't, you just get set on fire.
Tongs.
Oh my goodness, some of these I don't even know what to do about. Some of these are funny. I'm not listening to you guys, by the way. I'm totally looking at the article titles.
You know how hard to put those in there with the hands that were burnt?
I do not know how hard that was.
Here, next time I'll let you hold the tongs then.
I'll just bring oven mitts.
That wouldn't have worked either.
Okay, we're going to have an animal fight first.
There's a lot of animal fights in there.
Yes, well, the animal fight that we're about to look at here is article number 1. There's drama in the queer penguin community. Versus a puppy with green fur has been born in Italy. So if you want to hear about drama in the queer penguin community, press 1. And if you want to hear about a puppy with green fur that was born in Italy, press number 2. Ion, will you please start the timer?
Is the penguin thing related to them always wearing the same tuxedo?
I have no idea.
No, but it's funny.
I didn't even know that there was a queer penguin community.
Why would there be?
I mean, but why wouldn't there be?
That's what I just said.
I thought you said, why would there be?
No, I said, why wouldn't there be?
Oh, well, I don't know why there wouldn't be. I guess it just never occurred to me before that, queer penguins or something. So
Did you just answer me with my own response and then have no answer for that specific response?
Maybe.
Wow.
Listen, if you want to hear about the queer penguin community and all of its drama, press number 1. I see 2 votes for number 1 right now. But if you want to hear about a puppy born with green fur in Italy, press number 2. That is it. I see our 2 votes for.
She has spoken.
What?
What?
Wait, what?
It is the way.
Gunther, what is this? What is this, Gunther? What is this? Answer me right now.
What's what?
Gunther needs a professional production crew. Huh.
Yeah, I want some shiny. Yeah, I want some shiny wings.
You don't.
Yeah,
you
do.
You don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Oh wait, is the timer done, Ion?
Ion fell asleep.
Indeed, it isn't done.
All right. Well, we have 2 votes for number 1. So here we go. Queer penguin community. It is. I just love saying that.
Laughing. It's so funny. This is serious business.
What? I can laugh. That's the
serious business.
We're supposed to be laughing here. This is supposed to be fun, Okay.
Okay, fine. You have fun.
I will have fun, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Here we go. There's drama in the queer. Do I need to snap that? There's drama in the queer community. Here we go. Drama is afoot in the Dutch queer penguin community after 2 gay lovers with a reputation for trouble stole an entire nest of eggs from a neighboring lesbian couple at the
What?
At the same zoo. Wait a minute. Within the queer penguin community at large, fostering eggs is relatively common. On multiple occasions, zoos and aquariums have gifted unhatched eggs to gay and lesbian couples exhibiting behavior that suggests they're desperate for a chick, like building mock nests out of pebbles. But rather than demanding the same of their caretakers, one pair of African penguins at the Deeren Park Zoo in Amersfoort instead took the matter into their own claws by snatching eggs from two mothers-to-be, according to Dutch News. The conniving boys have since been sharing caregiving duties, taking turns keeping the eggs warm and foraging for fish. What's more, this isn't the first time the fellas have resorted to unlawful action. Penguin law has been breached, ladies and gentlemen. Just last year, the same couple stole an egg from a different penguin family and faced zero repercussions for doing so. And look, you've just that's it. You've emboldened them to do it again. Let's see. It's no wonder after that egg didn't hatch, they felt, emboldened to steal again. I didn't actually read that far ahead. Meanwhile, the female penguins have no recourse.
I mean, what they can do, go steal it back?
Egg napping. Egg napping.
I want to know what this exclamation right here. I don't know what this word bijonder news. I don't know what that means, but I love this word, whatever this word is. Oh no, that is not what I was looking for. I didn't mean to click it, but that word, right? It's like, by gods, it's kind of what it makes me think of, or something along those lines, right? By George. Let's see. While the lesbian couple are the victims here, it is unlikely that the boys will get the happy ending they so desperately desire. According to the zoo, I don't think that sentence really is exactly what they were hoping it was.
That is a little. Yeah.
It's questionable.
I've learned from animated films that all they have to do is dance to be happy.
All I know is that sentence is sus. So, according to the zookeeper, there's a decent chance that the stolen eggs were never fertilized. Oh, meaning the chicks may never hatch from them. When you think about it, it's really quite sad for all penguins involved. Hopefully the zookeepers will step in and give everyone free eggs soon. It's almost cruel.
What?
They went and got an egg, and they were gifted an unfertilized egg. Who does that?
They did.
Like, here you go, guys. Take care of it, and make sure you guys are keeping it warm and building it a nest and all of the things. And
Just
then
some penguins are jerks.
Do you want us to get you an egg?
No, I'm just saying that is a jerk move to give those penguins an egg that you know very well is not going to hatch. There they are. They're hoping. They're waiting. They're getting all their little penguin feels up, and then just nothing. It's just going to be a dud. I can't. For the thieving little gay penguins, that's like 2 duds in a row. That's terrible. Who would do that?
They would.
Get them some real eggs, zookeepers.
They are real eggs.
Get them real fertilized eggs, zookeepers. This is animal cruelty.
So which pair of penguins are you taking fertilized eggs from in order to provide them with fertilized eggs?
Well, how did they get the unfertilized eggs? I mean, it said it was a gift from another zoo, so I would presume that I don't know. Maybe they have more than one.
I love how you go to fight for injustice that you don't have all the information on. Maybe those were just chicken eggs.
I was being impassioned.
I could see that.
Yes. I wanted equal rights for all the aminals.
Aminals?
Yes.
You're gonna go to the zoo and get a penguin and get them real eggs then?
I mean, it was kind of a cute story until the end, which was horrible and tragic and kind of traumatizing, to be honest.
I mean, I'm traumatized.
Nope. Okay, here we go. We're gonna have a ghost off now. It's gonna be a competition between ghosts. But first, Gunther, give us another piece of gossip.
So it may or may not be true that famous Dana the Bargain is okay with breaking and entering, but taking things from the property is too far. So she just wants to knock down doors and yell at people, but doesn't want to take anything. Just saying.
It's bad luck to steal another hedge witch's junk. If the judge has a label on it that says dreams, you don't go and you go, I'm gonna take that one with me. No. You put that one back carefully.
Sir.
Well, yes, and one of them also said magic in it too, and I decided to put that one back because, well, you don't want to steal someone else's magic. I just no.
I bet you if I would have used that magic on the dragon, I wouldn't have burnt my bloody hands. You're part of this too.
I bet you would have just burnt your hands just the same.
Yeah, that's right. We found the magic afterward, didn't we? Yeah.
I'm not infamous Dana at all today. Not at all. Nope. No growly evil looks for me today. Not a single one.
I'm very glad no one was hurting your guys' instead with the dragon. Oh.
I said, are you guys done arguing?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're okay. I've got a burrito, so I'm totally good.
Oh, now I'm mad, bro.
I just want to know what will make Gunther feel better about his hands. I know. Let's sing a song to cheer him up. Okay, you guys ready? If you're happy and you know it.
Oh. Why did I fall for that? That's me.
I'm happy.
I fell for that. I did. Oh. Can't believe I fell for that. I was like, oh, we're going to sing a nice song for Gunther. Maybe he'll feel better.
Are you good? Yeah?
Look, Gunther. I got a burrito.
Did you have a burrito all over your desk? It looks like.
I still cannot believe I fell for that. Oh my goodness. This is what I get for taking notes.
Yeah,
okay.
Clap my hands, my foot.
So, here we go. These are the two articles that we are now choosing between. Burger King summons the ghost of Ronald McDonald in a voice-activated Bloody Mary stunt. That is article number 1. Versus Dunkin' Donuts releases new spicy ghost pepper donut and actual humans are eating it. That is article number 2. So thank you, Ion, for starting the timer. And if you want to hear about how...
When Fairy Princess Lolly was asked about the ghost pepper Dunkin' donut, she was quoted as saying as, I'd like to taste. Always with the tasting.
I'm not an actual human, and so I can do that. So yes, if you want to hear about how Burger King summons the ghost of Ronald McDonald and something about Bloody Mary or something, then press number 1. And if you want to hear about a spicy ghost pepper Dunkin' Donuts, press number 2. That's it. That's what's happening right now. Also, I have to get this. Like, I just wish you guys could see what I'm looking at right now. I mean, it's very untimely and all that good stuff, but also a hilarity. And I'll show it to you in a minute. Stop doing the thing!
Look, Lolly. Look up.
Wait, what am I looking at?
Look at the screen. Okay,
now.
I'm
looking. I'm back. I'm looking.
Sand. There's sand. See sand happening.
Oh, what happens with sand? It's almost done. When the sand is done, then I read the article that wins.
And now we're at number 2, apparently. 2 votes.
Maybe just put a number in. You always have to be difficult about it. Don't answer that. I know the answer to that question. Okay. Did it run out, Ion? Did the timer run out?
Indeed, the timer has run out.
Okay. So that leaves us then with... Wait.
I didn't include the number because I forgot.
Let's see. Okay, so we have.
I'm not kidding. I forgot the number.
No, we have 1 vote for 2, 1 vote for 1, 2 votes for 2, 2 votes for 1, 3 votes for 1, 3 votes for 1. Okay, 3 votes for number 1.
I got burrito on my shirt.
I told you that was going to happen.
Okay, number 1 is the Burger King summons Ronald McDonald, which I have to admit is kind of cool. And woo, that's kind of a creepy looking Ronald McDonald there.
It's a little bit dead. What?
Here we go.
Well, I mean, they killed him 3 years ago.
Here we go. Burger King summons the ghost of Ronald McDonald in a voice-activated Bloody Mary stunt. A spooky version of competitor's mascot appears in a restaurant bathroom mirrors. What? I want to go to this place.
Look in the mirror again.
Mocking McDonald, this time by resurrecting Ronald McDonald. Do you remember as a kid standing terrified in front of the mirror as you said Bloody Mary 3 times?
No.
Nope.
No.
Well, he was like, bring it.
Oh, man. Okay. Daring to keep
I was more of a Candyman person.
only one eye open while you were gripping your pillow tight. Wait a minute. While
That's
fearing
Metallica.
Metallica just took over my head right there. While fearing and hoping the royal ghost herself would appear. The legend emerged back in the 1960s as a scary teenage party game and has appeared in popular novels, movies, and TV series, including Paranormal Activity and The X-Files. This Halloween, Burger King in Sweden and Denmark has resurrected this ghoulish folklore, but with a twist that gives its biggest competitor, McDonald's, a ribbing. The fast food chain has installed voice recognition and 2-way smart mirrors across a selection of its restrooms in Sweden and Denmark, and is daring people to say "canceled clown" aloud 3 times. In a thinly veiled dig at McDonald's, having scaled back the role of its famous mascot. Oh man, hashtag canceled clown. After the smart mirror detects the phrase being repeated, the clown is summoned. The restroom lights dramatically cut out as visual and sound effects make a pretty scary Ronald McDonald-inspired phantom appear in the mirror. Whoa, there's a video. Okay, we're gonna watch it. Let's see.
We are totally gonna watch it.
Yes, I have to go back and add sound to this, so give me just a second. I don't normally turn the screen. I don't normally turn the audio on when I share the videos. So here we go. Okay. Let's see here. It's all very dramatic.
What?
Well,
Yeah, that's what they look like in Sweden. What about it?
Is it weird to anybody else though that there's a camera in the bathroom?
Cancel, clown. Cancel, clown. Cancel, clown.
For the record, they don't have to have a camera in the bathroom if they're taking a camera in with them. There's no camera in there, just video. Just
What
saying.
was with the heavy breathing? I didn't think it was this kind of show.
Here it goes.
Clown.
We're excited to watch it.
Cancel, clown. Cancel, clown.
Okay, where is he? Are we supposed to see him there? I do not see him.
Oh,
Oh,
I
man.
we just saw it, you know? I wonder what ICP's second pound. I mean, it's been a while, right?
Oh my gosh, that was awesome.
They had to run out.
That would only be better if the image in the mirror was the clown behind you.
Right there.
like Zoom technology.
Do I even need to read any more of this article, or are we done?
That covered it, man. Carry
These
on.
are cool pictures, though. Look at they're sort of post-apocalyptic,
Ronald McDonald, post-apocalyptic.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure if those are Burger Kings though, or McDonald's, because they're
Burger King's right there.
wow. Let's see, trolled by its rival.
The article goes on to say that The Burger King. Yeah.
By responding to customer complaints across McDonald's with funny answers and link to redeem. Wait, okay. Let's see. The mocking of McDonald's is a hallmark of Burger King's tongue-in-cheek marketing style, like when Burger King's Whopper Detour lured fans all the way to McDonald's just to unlock a 1-cent Whopper coupon and then drive away. And when BK's ads about clown-free birthday parties used real pictures of kids crying. It's so horrible. Oh, I feel like I shouldn't laugh at that, but
No, that's good.
it's good. I'm gonna click this. Let's see. Let's see. I
wouldn't care if that article was full of crap. That's a great article.
That's a great article. Here, I pulled this up though. So let's see. This is when McDonald's didn't respond to customers on Facebook, Burger King decided to jump in. I need to find people that do this. We need to guerrilla market this tactic. Let's see. Why do you call it the Big Mac when it's not? In their defense, nobody wants a small Mac. Here's a regular Whopper. I want there to be so many more of these. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I kind of want a Whopper now.
I think tonight is a pizza pie night.
With crying
like
children. You have to add that as a topic. It's a theme.
Oh my gosh, my faces, my laughing faces started. You know, this just shows you how often all I do is frown. When all I do is laugh for like 10 minutes and then my face is sore, obviously I frown too much and I need to smile more and strengthen my muscles. Okay, let's see.
You actually smile a lot more than you get let on, just saying.
That was so cool. Let's see. Okay, what time is it? We have 5 minutes. Okay, so maybe one more.
One more. What we got? The mutant crayfish.
The mutant. Hold on, just a second. Give us a piece of gossip, Gunther.
I don't.
That's all, folks.
So I actually have. So it may or may not be true. I actually have 3 people in kind of the running for becoming a steward of a place down, Kitswood Vale. So that's a thing. One of them might be human, though, and I'm not okay with that.
I think I like to be human.
You like Culpepper?
Yes, because
Yeah.
when he drank, he became like real and like fun and well, we got to see him.
When he drank, he became drunk.
Yes, and he was funny.
I mean, I was there. Ivan was there. He became
And
drunk.
I was listening, and I was like, "Wow, he talks. He actually talks when he's had inebriations."
And when he gets frustrated, he does this weird clucking thing.
God, I'm sorry. I just don't even know.
But there's also I kind of went with that the kind of thought process behind it because we had talked about at the summit after Low Vista about allowing a human after they've been around for over a year to do a thing, and he's been around over a year, so there's that. It's just go to see the fella get more active. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Culpepper. You got to get more active. Hoping to see you in a couple of days.
Studies are really, really time-consuming. I know. I should be working on some studies now.
Okay, wow. I don't even know what to pick right now. For that. So
apparently, just so you know, apparently there's a question that was Justinian really approached by Audible to record Ian McKellen's memoir? That's a question.
Justinian? Are you on mute, Justinian?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
First off, how did that information get out? They told me I'll need to know. And second of all, I still can't talk about it. So again, that goes back to the
Under
first and second
NDA.
rule.
I mean,
That has to do with the fact that you are part of a court somewhere or another, and you hang out with the Goblin King entirely too much.
what's in your hand, Gunther?
What?
In your hand.
Maybe just a little bit.
Hello, kitty ball. What?
Okay, I think I've got it. So here we go. An East Dallas home's Halloween decorations prompt multiple police visits. I'm choosing this one because I really want to know what these Halloween decorations are that are deserving of police visits. Versus Oakland's notoriously aggressive turkey captured by wildlife expert posing as a frail old woman.
That was sent by Count Morbid.
I know. I'm like, both of these are a mystery, kind of, and I really. So, if you want to hear about police-worthy Halloween decorations on someone's house, press number 1. If you want to hear about the notoriously aggressive turkey captured by wildlife expert who was posing as a frail woman, press number 2. That is a very long article title. But
Yeah,
yes, thank you.
it almost didn't fit.
What?
It almost didn't fit.
Gobble, gobble,
What
gobble,
It
gobble,
almost didn't fit.
gobble,
You can put a whole
gobble,
paragraph in there. It wouldn't matter.
gobble, gobble,
I'm just saying.
gobble, 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 gobble.
I can't even do it right
I
now because
learned
I'm losing my
a couple
voice.
years ago that turkeys sleep in trees, and I did not know that.
Did you know Gunther sleep in trees too?
No.
It's true. I've seen him do that.
Now you know.
I saw them fly up into a tree, and I was at a friend's house. I was way up in the Duchy of Snow in the Kingdom of Apples, and I was looking off of their back balcony into the woods, and there went a turkey flying up into a tree.
You're done. Read
And I
article.
didn't know that turkeys really could do that, and so I was totally shocked. And when I asked about it, they said, well, that's because they roost in the trees. And I said, what do you mean that wild turkeys roost in trees? They're such a big bird. And, I mean, I'll never get over it. It's been at least a few years now, and I'm still not over it.
But they don't fly out of helicopters, though, apparently.
No, they kind of fall.
Especially not when frozen.
Yeah, go ask Cleveland.
Hold on. If you throw
Fatty.
a wild turkey out of a helicopter, it can't flap its wings and fly and save itself?
This is true. Yes. They have that on film.
They tried, apparently.
They recorded it.
Lolly's looking for it now. Look at her. The article, Lolly, the Times up.
They threw a turkey out of a helicopter when they knew that it couldn't save itself, and it just splatted?
Great, Dana. You made her impassioned again.
What?
It was a frozen turkey. Like, from a store frozen turkey.
Oh, see, you just made her impassioned over nothing.
It was a frozen turkey.
It crushed windshields, and people ran for cover, and apparently it made a crack in the sidewalk. And
WKRP in Cincinnati told me all about it.
That would kill somebody.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
If you drop a penny off of the Empire State Building, it will
Dana.
embed itself into a person's skull.
She doesn't
Imagine
know.
a frozen turkey.
She doesn't know the
I started
WKRP is a
something.
TV show.
What?
I
She's
started
referencing
something.
a TV show from the 70s in which they had this plot in which on Thanksgiving they were giving away turkeys to the public and dropping them out of helicopters, but they were still frozen, so they hit the ground like bricks.
Oh, this is not a true story.
No, it's not. But it's funny watching you believe it.
You guys are not my
Wait.
friends.
We
I just want to point out
on
something.
a
I just
shenanigans.
want to point out
This
something.
was a wild goose chase, except it was a wild turkey. It was a frozen turkey. You took it on a bloody frozen turkey chase? Fine, that's not going in my
You guys
notes.
are being serious.
I'm just
Why
saying.
do you guys do that to me?
I'm just saying. Christina and Martin even knew that it was WKRP in Cincinnati.
I'm
Oh,
I
originally
bet you the
from
traveling Lou.
Ohio.
I didn't even hear it.
No. Okay, so here we go. We have pretty much all of the votes except for Count Morbids are for number 1. So that is what we're going to read, and this is the strange Halloween. You guys just stop laughing at me. Stop. One of these
My
days,
face is so red.
you know, no, not even funny. No. One of these days, you guys are gonna hurt my feelings, and it's gonna make me cry.
As God is never as I got turkeys goodbye. That is a quote from.
First off, everyone heard it here. One day we will find out Fairy Princess Holly has feelings.
And the joke will be on you? No. Let's see.
But again, they were not frozen turkeys. They were in fact live turkeys in the TV show they're talking about. Because the jokes don't make sense if they're frozen.
I don't even know anything here. Oh my gosh! Whoa!
No, I'm just saying that they are also wrong.
But look at this. Look at this article. In East Dallas homes, Halloween decorations prompt multiple police visits. Halloween, the high holy day of spooky season, has a sort of spooky scale, TM, that runs the gamut from the casual black cat, full moon, or harmless jack-o'-lantern to the extremes of disembodied corpses, chainsaw massacre enactments, or even scarier, the thought of paying bills every month under the terror of COVID-19. That actually is pretty scary. Man, that is so bloody looking. Doesn't the one on the roof give it away? Come on, folks. Come on. Oh, man. We're going to get close-ups of this. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Local artist Stephen Novak finds himself comfortably at the horrifying end of the scale, as his East Dallas neighbors and the Dallas Police Department will surely attest. I've always been up to hijinks, like flying ghosts or 7-foot-tall snow sculptures of myself. That's awesome. So if I was going to do Halloween, it was obvious that it should be hyper real, Novak says. No lights, fog machine, or camp, something that would really freak people out walking by in the dark. So I whipped up some dummies and slung 20 gallons of blood all over. Novak's home holds a horror show in his M Street yard. One dummy lies with his head pulverized. One lies with a scale where his or her head used to be, and a few more lie in bloodied trash bags fallen off a wheelbarrow. All the while, at the window of the house, a zombie horde attempts to break out. Man, how's he gonna clean that up? A safe is on that person's head. Dang.
This is like Hot Fuzz, except not.
Talk about acne.
I'm just saying that it's going to require a lot of soap.
I'm most proud of the wheelbarrow tipped over by the street full of hefty bags, looking like a failed attempt to dispose of the dismembered bodies in the middle of the night. A kid walked by and asked me what happened to them, and I said, too many skills.
Wait, that's not funny. I like skills.
Oh my gosh, that is gruesome. Novak hasn't lost his neighborly spirit. He keeps his overall leave it to beaver demeanor, even with the bloodshed. Because that's not creepy like Dexter. It was raining a lot and washing the blood away, so I indefatigably watered the bodies every morning for a while, to the dismay of early dog walkers and joggers, saying as they passed, "Watering the bodies." Heidi-ho, neighbor, just watering the bodies.
I don't like it.
Surely a hearty wave, howdy neighbor, followed. While some people embrace Halloween hijinks, Novak gives them a bear hug. It's a zombie bear with blood pouring out of its mouth. Novak's decorations have brought the police to his house multiple times. neighbors told me cop cars were in front of my house a lot during the day. I was only home twice to receive them. They told me they thought it was cool and that they were only there because they were required to reply to complaints from the sergeant. Novak continues while laughing. They were in formation at the door, and when I opened it, they asked me if it was all mine. I asked, "You mean the blood in the bodies?" "Yeah, that's me." I had to go to work, and so I had to just leave the chore unfinished. I mean, what? Honestly, though, I think I could have used more. Let's see. My plans were way worse on paper. Next year, though. Next year.
Go big or go home.
Right? All the crazy things that Borat did in Texas. Wait, nope. That's the next article. Oh, man.
The best part about this as decorations for Halloween is its cover for when you really enact your secret
Well,
plan.
I was just thinking about that. I was just thinking about that movie where everybody goes. There's like one night a year where everybody goes crazy, you know, and they all wear masks and they run around. Purge. That's right. And what would happen if that night was on Halloween night?
There'd be a lot more bodies.
I mean, people would still die.
A lot more screaming.
You wouldn't know who was real and who wasn't.
I mean, that's the point. You don't get caught out during Purge or you die. It's like you never even watched the movie.
I've watched it. I mean, I watched at least a couple of them.
Did you watch it like this? Because that sounds more legit.
That's usually what happens when I listen to you talk on.
That's funny. It's the same thing that happens between Count Morbid and you when you talk. So yeah.
Yes. Count Morbid was trying to point out the fact that in the stunt on the show, they actually did throw real turkeys out of the helicopter. But when the turkeys were hitting things, they were actually frozen turkeys being dropped on stuff. So, yeah, we were trying to make it not seem so bad that they were frozen turkeys, but yeah, they were doing a save the turkeys thing and releasing the turkeys, and they couldn't fly.
Okay, you guys, it is 9:40, and there is supposed to be a pizza pie someplace. So we probably should go, even though it's been an awesome show, and I'm so excited that you're here with us now, Justinian. I just want to remind everybody that the magic word is Wing Envy. So after the show, go to YouTube and make sure you put Wing Envy into the comments so you can be entered to win the sugar vials that you saw from CarrHunger Creative earlier this evening.
Yeah.
Hit the like and subscribe button. This is Wednesday, and so I will be back with you guys on Friday for author. Yes, on Friday for reads at 2 to 3 p.m. Pacific, and then again on Sunday for handmade home shopping from 4 to 5 p.m. Pacific. So I think with that said, that is like all of the things. It was really awesome show tonight. Just so cool with all of the awesome props and everything. So goodbye, everybody, and we will see you in a couple of days on Friday. Yes, and Saturday. Don't forget, Saturday, Cyber Samhain. That's it. We're going to be here 4 hours starting at 7:30 p.m. Yes, and if you're on our Patreon, you get to come be with us here on the channel. Because we can have up to 10 people and we can rotate folks out. So if you're on our Patreon, you get the backstage invite to wear with us.
We'll be in costumes.
Yes, because there's a costume contest. So we've been sharing the prizes.
I don't have any costumes.
It's okay because I don't think that you can be improved upon, Count Morbid. You're perfectly splendid.
Is that an insult or a compliment?
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night.